You should be able to hear us now, man. This thing is so hard to maneuver around, man.
Oh, okay. So I see that the updated is there. Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
just
weird. I thought our names would be under it. It takes away view space.
yeah. This kind of format's hard to do in general. I have to put
I'll
like
fix it.
a black thing right there. I mean,
Um,
it's cool because what I'm about to do is I'm about to let me just go ahead and put up the first thing we're gonna talk about because I messed around for like 2 hours yesterday, but
yeah.
this is something different. Like what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to put a black screen there in the middle. That
Okay.
way, it separates us because the problem is it's not separating us. But I can fix that. Let me go ahead and do that. So what's going on, King? Let me put something up there so you guys can see something there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I said I would be wearing the whatchamacallit shade. I mean, glasses. Shades for Iron Lords. This is R&R. We in R&R, baby.
Yeah, well, I don't do shades.
Hell no. You have blind anyway. You already know how blind I am.
Shades is always your thing. It's not really my thing. So
Live supremacy. What's going on, people?
this is the
Michael G.
semi updated version. It does work a little bit better.
Yeah.
But there is things I still want to do. I still want to put a spoiler alert somewhere on here. Now I do have the spoiler alert here. I'll put it up right now. But I need that black screen so it actually like shows up correctly.
Oh, Mario, the movie.
Yeah, because what I want is I want this GIF to be transparent, and I want it to be somewhere on the actual overlay. I don't want it
Okay.
to be something that comes up randomly like that. Which it takes a little bit of time. We have to work on it. It's not a big deal though. But
We'll get it.
so, what do you want to address first, King? Do you want to?
I want to address that attack on Titan.
All right. Let's start with the Attack on Titan because I'm sure there's people in the chat that's been interested. I didn't realize how many IOP members that we had that actually like anime until we started talking about it on a couple podcasts.
Anime and video games go hand in hand, brother. Like music and combat sports.
And so, all right, Attack on Titan. Tell the audience what episode you're on.
I'm up to episode 4.
Okay,
All
so
right, so we got from the boring first episode and got to the second episode where the Titans want to come in and eat people mamas, and then the third episode where the dude want to join the military, and it's kind of funny because you start to see the show start to take some shape, right? Because I'm interested in the hungry girl, the girl that always want to eat food, the girl that was in the middle of basic
oh
training,
Sasha.
orientation, and she want to eat a potato.
Yeah.
The drill sergeant is talking to her, and she want to eat a potato. Nah,
So
I'm interested.
I am right though when I was saying that the show does pick up. Like
Yeah,
it,
it
it,
does.
it's definitely one of those things where it's weird on how it goes through. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird how they like start the show.
Hmm.
But I can't say that the show's bad though. Like right now you're in like a lot of the world building because it's a show that's not like the normal. So you're seeing a lot of that building going on. Um, you know, Even though like popular animes like My Hero Academia, a lot of those Demon Slayers, sure they're different concepts, but they're kind of rehashed from older animes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Attack on
mean, I get
Titan
it.
is kind of like it's unique. Like there's not an anime like it.
Well, it's so far. Um, the character, the try hard character. I want to know if somebody did sabotage that belt or did they do that for his ego to give him some confidence. So I'm going to find out about the drill sergeant because the drill sergeant comes from his village. So it could be some favoritism there.
So they're still in training where you're at, right?
Oh, we got a sticker from Drive By Joe. That's what's up, Drive By Joe. $3 sticker. That's what's up. Say something, brother. All right,
Yeah,
so they're still in basic training, and you got dudes that's forming little cliques right now, and I'm going to get to the next episode after that. So,
yeah.
nothing fantastic happened yet.
You know what's funny? You're starting to get a little bit more interested, and the show doesn't really pick up until after basic training, because pretty
Okay.
much what happens after basic training is like stuff just goes down like immediately. Like there's no like like a lot of these shows, TV shows, movies, they have like that little like something like basic training will happen, and they'll have that like letting all that knowledge they got sink in, and then they
Yeah.
do something. They're like, okay, we got all the knowledge. Next episode, bam, things go down. Like,
Okay. So I mean, I'm looking for bam, things go down.
oh,
That's
see,
what I'm looking for.
the funny thing is, when bam things go down, it never stops going down. Like it's literally
Have
every episode something else is
Have
happening.
you ever watched Baki?
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
Okay, so all right, good. You got me watching this. I need you to watch Baki. All
Baki.
right, don't watch Baki Hama. That's the next one, right? But watch Baki first.
All right, so Baki is. I think that's on Netflix.
Yeah, that's on Netflix, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
Yeah,
try it out. Let's see what the Baki got going on for it.
I love that stuff. I love the tournament type feel of it. I love the next challenger. These dudes are so OP, so strong, so crazily ridiculous. And this is the stuff that I grew up on, right? So I think you're gonna like this stuff because of Dragon Ball Z, because of Naruto and stuff like that. But again, this is grounded. So grounded in some form of reality, right? Because there's a lot of unreal stuff that they're gonna do, but grounded in the fact that these dudes are land based and they're not flying in the air and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try it out. Let's see. You're on episode 4.
Yep.
Get to episode 7, and I'll do 4 episodes of Baki.
All right, no doubt.
Okay.
And I got the next show. All right, so listen, guys. We're gonna start putting up polls to see what movie you want us to watch next. All right, and we're gonna start being a little bit more interactive throughout the week. We can put a poll up. You guys are gonna vote, and we're gonna go, pick the movies off of there. So, right now, what's the streaming movie we got? We got Paramount, we got
We
Netflix,
got pretty
we
much
have
all of them, to be honest with you.
Amazon, Hulu,
Crunchyroll,
Crunchyroll. So
Peacock.
we're gonna pick like 4 of them, and from each one, like 4 of the top titles, and just see what they do.
I actually
with it.
watched Smile.
You did?
Yeah, I watched it with my girl a couple nights ago because it's on Paramount
Okay.
Plus.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
It's one of those little weird movies that you had me watch the last one.
No, I think Smile. I actually think that movie was good. I actually had a couple people hit me up saying they were going to watch it because of our show.
Oh, that's what's up.
They-
Yeah, I had a dude in the background, and I got to tell you the show that he told me about. So I get a lot of DMs. So please, guys, don't be disheartened if I read your DM and I don't respond. But most of the time, I really respond right away. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna hit the Mario second trailer first.
Yeah. So have you watched the trailer? Because I
Yes.
watched it. You know what's crazy? This trailer had Mario Kart in it. It had multiple aspects of the show. It did show you a little bit more of Luigi.
Yep.
First off, what I want to talk about when it comes to the Mario thing, let's branch into just general game switching to movies, because I feel like like up until recently it's been a miss hit, like very few hit. But now you got all these games coming. You got you got The Last of Us, Halo from last year, well this year. You got this Mario game
Sonic.
coming out, Sonic, and I feel like Sonic was the exception because most game movies are not that good. But now
Yeah.
you're starting to see people taking our lore seriously, because I've always said it. I really like the show Wednesday. I've not watched it, but I like the success that the actress that played Wednesday has right now, because she took that role seriously because she respected the
Character.
lore, and the character, and
Right.
she was able to breathe that to life in the way that actually makes sense. And that's why I don't like when I see like directors and stuff say dumb stuff like don't play the game or don't catch up on the game. Like it's just like, dude, you could easily make something appealing that's going to appeal to everybody without crippling the character that we grew up playing.
Yeah, and I feel your anger when it comes to the Halo stuff. I thought Sonic was taken with a lot of care when we initially first saw Sonic
He was
and
horrible.
our bad reaction to it. They took note. They went back. They revised them, and
And that
that
cost them
cost a
millions.
million.
Cost them
Yeah,
millions. And
but it made them money though.
that's the reason that when that happened, you could look up me on Twitter. I'm saying I don't care how many of those movies they make. I will support every one of them because that is one of those scenarios where they could have easily went with that because it would have saved them millions. But because they went back to the drawing board and was like, look, we might be able to get this to appeal to the majority of people, but the people that love this brand, the gamers, they're not happy. We got to fix it. And they fixed it. And now since they went and they cared about the product they did, now look what's happened. They've gotten all of this success over it.
Fantastic. But all right, so back to the trailer of the Mario, the second trailer, because the first trailer was an introduction basically to the overview of the world, right? This
Throwing
joint showed me
and stuff at people.
yeah, it was nuts. It was like, do you yield? But this one shows me they take Smash Brothers Melee, Smash Brothers into account. They're taking the Mario World into account. They're taking Mario Galaxy. They're taking Mario Kart. I want to know if they have any form of Diddy Kong racing in it. I want to know if the cars transform. It was so much of Mario and so much of respecting all the stuff that Mario's done. Even Luigi, the fact that he's a coward, excuse me, and they showed some forms of Luigi Mansion. They're really respecting the character, and I think this is going to probably be the hold my beer moment from Nintendo. This is how we want to get it done.
This movie's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm probably going to see it at least two times.
I'm a one and done, man. One and done, and watch it one time. I think the only I remember. What's funny is my friend Tyler's in the chat. I went and watched one of the Twilights. I think it was Eclipse, and I'm not even joking. Literally right after Eclipse, they show up and they're my ride home, King. And I'm like, I'm ready. Let's go chill, man. He's like, no, we watching it. I'm like, oh, so I got to watch it twice. Like, back to back, King. Back to back.
My scenario is, let's say if it's not the weekend that I got my son, right? Then, me and my girl go say, me and you and I have to see it, right, on the premiere day. Mm-hmm. So we go and see it. If that's not the weekend that falls on with my son, regardless to what, when I get him, I got to go see it again. So I'm figuring more than likely I'm going to see it twice. If it so happens that I got him that weekend the same day that, we got to go see it, fine. But yeah, more than likely I'm seeing it twice.
I think it's going to be good. I think
that it's going to be great.
What is your opinions on Chris playing Mario? Chris Pratt. I think
I don't have it's a voice actor. Do I want an Italian plumber? How racist do I need to be? Like, I don't care. I thought he sounded great. I thought my concern, and I know he's a phenomenal actor because I've seen his movies. So good. You've made me cry. You've made me laugh. I love your stuff. I'm not worried about him as an actor and his acting chops. Are you going to get the character correct with the world, with the CGI? That was my only and my biggest concern. When I saw Donkey Kong and he looked just like Donkey Kong and Mario looks like Mario and Toad looked like Toad, the only problem is people are in an uproar over Princess Peach. She looks like Kylie Jenner. And that's fine. No more problems.
I think to me, it's as long as he plays the scenario, like, look, does he sound identical to Mario? No, but I feel like he sounds enough to where it's not an issue. I don't see his character and feel like his character and the way he sounds is so unlike the original character that it's going to ruin the movie. Sure, he sounds different, but to me, it's no different than people switching up who plays Batman in the animes, the cartoons.
How many lines does Mario have in his games?
It's me, Mario.
That's it. So everybody's getting weirded out from a startup screen from the Nintendo 64. No, come on, man.
Remember in the startup screen, he was like, you gotta like grab his nose.
You play his nose. Yo, we found that by mistake. Cog found that because we left him with the controller. Well, I left him with the controller because I picked up the Nintendo 64, and that was the first place I went straight to the house. And I had left the controller. I think I went to the bathroom. He's like, "Yo, you know, in the title screen, you could pull on Mario's ears and his nose and do all type of weird stuff."
Yeah,
I was like,
it's like I said, when it comes to this, I just want them to do justice. That's all. Like,
I think so far it looks great.
I think that, in the next couple of years, because they've been like, TV and movies have been in books for so long, and I feel like they're starting to run out of books to make stuff about, and they're starting to slowly creep into the gaming portion, and it's just like, do it right, man. Because Resident Evil, the movie, the TV show that's on Netflix, like,
are you talking about the animation?
No, I think those are okay. I'm talking about the
animation was cool.
The TV one.
I didn't see Resident Evil TV show.
Yeah, look, and what's funny is like people try to like bring race and stuff into it because they changed Wesker to black. And I was like, that's literally the only good thing about the show. Like, out of everything that was wrong with that show, that was so far beyond the worst. Like, at least they picked a competent actor to play Wesker. That's all I care about. Because at the end of the day,
check it out.
No, don't. You're good. You're good.
Listen,
you're good.
I like to consume all types of different genres of movies, right? And I don't care if it's a B film. I'm gonna do it. Oh, because I got our film for next week. I'm gonna reveal it at the end. I got our film for next week. You're gonna love it because I loved it. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna like it. Super B, super cheesy stuff. But
super B, super cheesy stuff. You're gonna have me watch something crazy.
Yes, I am.
Does it got barbarian boobies in it?
Nah.
Okay, as long as you keeping me away from that, man.
They got something worse.
Oh, worse. Oh, God. You know what's funny?
Right,
my aunt is like the king of B-rated movies. Like, she does nothing but watch B-rated movies. I'll be walking and I'm like, what do you watch? She'll say the most bizarre names. And I'm like,
listen,
okay.
I got somebody that can give her a run for her money. My stepdaughter Chantel is the B movie queen. I say a B movie. Yeah, I saw that. She goes to the movies to see B movies.
There's a movie.
She went to the movie to go see Barbarian.
That was in the movies?
Yes. And she was there.
I wonder if that movie
opening night.
It's sad that the reason they pick these big actors in these B-rated movies is because when they go to the movie theater, they know that people are going to gravitate towards these big actors more than they'll gravitate towards the plot of the movie. So that's how they try to get some of them in there.
Yeah. I mean, it was some good actors. Now, all right, we got Mario out the way. We got our hopes and our fears out of the way. You want to attack the Flash and get that out of the way and then go straight to the big kahuna?
Bullet Train?
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk about the Flash.
Yeah. Ezra Miller is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I think my thing with him is it's just like, how do you do what you guys do and expect to get away with it?
All right, let me read the super chat real quick and I'll get right to that. Tyler from Crosby, $2 super chat. Well, $1.99, $2 super chat. My man Tyler gave $2. I don't care. They took a penny from you, Tyler. Love what you guys are doing. The show is great. Thank you so much. It is ever evolving. Share it out. If you have any criticisms, if you have any suggestions, hit us up with it so we can, make sure that, we can give you a better show.
I actually went to high school with that dude.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a great thing, Tyler. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I told him we was doing something like this. He's like, I'm gonna check it out.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I just the Flash. I don't
He's
know.
messing up the universe.
Yeah, well, see what Tyler told me because he's the dude that keeps up with all this stuff. I don't, I watch it when it comes out. That's as far as I go, pretty much. And
Brother, it might not make it.
well, he told me the reason that they're probably going to push it is because they have a what's the word I'm looking for? They're trying to get to where they're able to do the Flashpoint. And with the because after the Flashpoint, they'll be able to like restructure all
Reset
the DC
the universe.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you the breakdown. Flashpoint in the comic books was a jumping off point for the Flash, and it did a lot of huge things for DC universe, right? And it was a good thing. This movie was supposed to be that. This movie was supposed to actually give us a Flash movie that is competent and decent. I thought I don't like Ezra Miller as the Flash. Never did. I didn't like his run. I didn't like him as the Flash. Right.
I like the TV character. I like him as the Flash.
I love Gunderson. I love him better. You know, I thought he was a better presence for the Flash. But it's fine. Okay. That aside, the Flashpoint is their Age of Ultron. Is their movie that has so much tied to it that it is going to span different movies. So much is heavily invested in this movie. They went back to do so many rewrites and reshoots. They took away Michael Keaton's Batman because they was going to go back in time for that Batman. They had that Batmobile in order to put this guy's Batman in. What's the guy with the big chin that I can't stand? That's
the big chin.
You know, the guy that played Daredevil that messed up my Daredevil movie. Ben Affleck. Yeah, so they got Ben Affleck there now playing that part. I don't know how it's going to take with the fans. But again, this movie is very integral to their plans for the DC universe. And I think it is going to work, but they're trying to let the fans forget what Ezra has done or has alleged to have done, right? And it's so much with what he's done that this stuff is borderline felonious, right? If not felonious. So the studio was like, or they wanted to cancel it altogether. Do you kill him off as the Flash? Do you replace him in one of the timelines as one of the Flash characters, somebody else new to get rid of him? He has to go.
Yeah, because he's done some crazy stuff. And like to me, at this point, you either recast him or you kill him and pick another Flash to be in this bill. Like,
yeah,
I know it's probably not an option, but I would really like if they got the dude from the TV shows playing him.
Like, I love that guy. I think I thought he respected.
What's funny is Tyler's the one that got me into that to the whole DC thing. He's the one that showed me Arrow and all that. And like they had such a good thing going on there, and it's just like I don't understand because if you look at it on Marvel's like we're going to take Daredevil and we're going to let him come back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just like why doesn't DC see they already have these characters? Like they already have them cast, like the perfect ones. And I'm not saying there's other people that can't play the Flash, et cetera, but I'm saying if you already have one that people vibe with and like, why are you looking for another Flash?
Before it was a scheduling conflicts. That's the rule that they used. They used the scheduling conflicts because of the TV shows and how the show was being run. Now, they didn't want to link the continuity to a continuity that they were destroying, right? Because they were killing off that universe. The Warner Brothers TV line, all that stuff. They was killing that universe off, and they knew they was killing the universe off. They don't want to tie a new universe, a potential money-making character to a dead universe. And there's a stigma that goes with big screen actors and TV actors, right? And they don't believe that TV actors can bring in big screen revenue. And I believe that's a falsehood. I believe he built a fan base. I believe that the fans will come out to see him. Just like you said, you endeared yourself to the character through this guy. So of course you would go to the movie to support him.
It's
I
like
thought the TV show was a success. I don't know.
it's the same thing I feel about Blade and Wesley Snipes. Like it's good. Like I'm gonna give the new Wesley Snipes, the new Blade, a chance, but
Shaun
it's
Ali.
because he's a good actor, and I think he could do that. But it's gonna be hard for me to put up that barrier. You know what I'm saying? It's like because in a way, Blade was the original introduction of me into the MC universe. Like back then. And what's funny is I didn't even at that time, King. I didn't even know it was a comic book movie.
Okay.
Like it was just it's a Vampire Slayer. It's like there's like
with dope music.
Yeah, I really didn't know it was a comic book movie for years. And I'm talking years. I didn't know it. I probably watched all of the Blades before I realized it was a comic book.
It was a comic book movie.
Yeah, all of it.
And I think that's a lot of people's introduction to the character. That, I thought that they did that character a disservice, but knowing the cast, knowing the directors, knowing the people that were involved with the scripts and stuff like that, I can understand why it went the way it was. Marvel wasn't ready. Remember, Marvel was in the selling phase at that period of time. They were in bankruptcy, and God rest Stan Lee. So Stan Lee did the best that he can do to get his IPs out, and he did a fantastic job. They all came back at the end. So hopefully, Mr. Ali can definitely bring across that cottonmouth feel to Blade that he brought in this guy's show.
Especially like I remember one of the first things I saw Blade is when they're in that hospital at the beginning of the first movie, and he's trying to finish off her because she got bit, and that cop comes through and starts shooting him, and he's like, "What you doing?" Like,
this guy said, best opening scene, Don Sicario.
I think he's talking
You're not
about
lying.
The rave scene from Blade 1.
Yes. When the vampire, when they let the blood drip down,
like, dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
dun, dun.
And then Blade, you see Blade against the wall, the frost, and everybody's in there. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go watch it again.
Yeah, that's part of the reason that it's gonna be so. There's characters that I feel like could be replaced. They would. There's other people, like even the Flash. I like that dude, but I feel like they could find. No, I'm not talking about. I know that, but I'm talking about. Yeah. Like, it's going to be hard for me to mentally separate them. And then it's like, you see people like, I feel like Robbie Downey Jr., I don't know if there's another actor that could have played Iron Man quite like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like... I
got a couple of people.
I feel like maybe Doctor Strange could be recast, but he did such a good job. Like, there's people that I feel like couldn't be recast, and there's people that I feel like did such a good job, but there's another person that could have took that role if it was given to them.
I feel you. I think Doctor Strange ain't letting it go. To be honest with you, Mr. Cumberbatch has held firm in his stance as Doctor Strange, and I want him to get that seminal movie. I thought the first movie had potential. I thought the second movie fell a little bit short. I think his third movie will be his coming of age movie, kind of like Chris Hemsworth and Thor.
And I think they messed up when it come to his third movie because they try to implement so many variables and elements into one movie. It's like we want it to be a horror movie. We want it to introduce...
no, that was the second movie though.
No, that's what I mean. His second movie, like
we want. You were thinking about him in Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's like we want to introduce a horror aspect. We want to have a key component like Scarlet Witch in it, and we also want to introduce the Illuminati. Like,
and we also want to put America Chavez. Listen, the thing about that movie was the script was and it's kind of like the Justice League. Two different directors, two different thought processes with the script, and if you can get the original director.
Whoever did Ragnarok, that's who needs to do it all. For Thor, Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because I felt like
was good.
That was.
But that's Taika Waititi though.
Was he not there?
And you didn't like him in Love and Thunder.
Well, see, that can't be the same dude. You're not telling me the same dude. Throw the whole dude away then. You know, he had a one and done.
He had a one and done into it for you, I guess. He leaned too heavy into the comedy aspect of it.
You know, okay, I I've been thinking we do this, but we'll do this next week. I want you to go home and list all of the Phase 4 movies from least to best, and we'll go over it next week.
All right. All right. So let's get to what I think is probably the best dude bro movie on Netflix rocking right now.
Yeah, I watched it. Bullet Train.
Yes, sir.
I actually think that this is a very well done movie. Like,
hell yeah.
It's kind of surprising that they were able to get this movie the way it was. And I think the reason that the movie does so well is because it's different, but not different at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bullet Train. What I love is Tangerine, and what was the other? It was Tangerine and Lemon. I love those characters. And what's funny is the whole movie. You know, okay, let's not spoil anything, but
we're not gonna give you any spoilers for this movie. This movie stands so strong in understanding and learning the characters. It's fundamentally grounded in a space that is unbelievable, but yet believable that this can happen in the circumstances that it's happening. I love Brad Pitt. I love Ladybug. His name is Ladybug, guys. I love Brad Pitt, the reluctant hitman who took a job because somebody got sick and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, but he was the right person for the right job. It is amazing.
You know what I love is just his humor. You know, I've seen Brad Pitt in humorous videos. Like we were talking, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I think he did a very good job in that. But it's just like this was the least forced comedy relief I've ever seen in my life. Like and almost everything Brad Pitt said was funny. Like he literally, there was no serious moments for this dude, but none of it felt forced. Not one bit of it.
It felt so organic. I love the guy from Atlanta. He was in King Kong versus Godzilla. The black guy, Lemon, right? And Tangerine is the guy from Kick Butt. Kick, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. So he's from I can say it's a movie title, Kick Ass. He's from Kick Ass. And remember, he was in Godzilla, the first one. This guy matured into such a man because we watch him grow as a boy into this assassin that's on the train with his brother, who we didn't think was his brother, but if you keep watching the show, you're going to find out some stuff. I didn't know certain people was in this film, and I said, this budget had to be crazy.
Yeah, they kept introducing people like crazy, like especially when you find out who plays that dude. Like that's nuts. He popped up on the train. I'm like, yo, they didn't just do that. They didn't just do that. You know,
Zaza Beetz, I love her, and she's in the film.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, this is, yo. They had the girl from The Boys in there. They had the Asian guy from here, the Asian girl from The Boys that has the superpowers. They had her in there. They had the guy from Heroes, the Asian guy from Heroes. I love that. I watched that show all the way. You know, they had Bad Bunny. They had Bad Bunny in there playing this guy called Wolf, an assassin called Wolf. If you don't know who Bad Bunny is, Attic, and I'm pretty sure you probably don't know him, he's a reggaeton artist or a Hispanic artist that is hugely popular. Hugely popular.
You know, it's just, yeah, I love, you know, we'll get to spoilers here in a minute. I'll put the spoiler thing up in like 5 minutes, guys. But it was just, I really enjoyed it. And I felt like the beginning was really slow to me. Like, I was like, you know, but like once the actual reason the movie's called Bullet Train, because they're on a bullet train the whole movie. And once that part actually starts and they start introducing you other characters, you know, I really enjoyed the fact that, you know, they made just a random bullet train so entertaining. I have no clue how they did it. No, now obviously
16 cars, 10 cars is for regular people, six cars are first class. And in between there, you're trying to figure out how these dudes is getting this stuff done, moving from car to car, killing people, having conversations. When they were in the quiet car and the lady from the horror films kept telling them to shut up,
Yeah.
I lost it.
You know what I thought was funny is when it was Lemon. Lemon was the black dude, right?
Yeah, he's from the
They
TV
sit,
show Atlanta.
they sit there and they keep talking. He's like, shh, and then he's like, we're in the quiet car. And then like after, okay, let me just put the spoiler thing up. Let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. Spoiler alert.
All right, listen, guys. At this point in time, we're going to talk about spoilers for the Netflix show Bullet Train. Okay. Now we're going to give you some stuff without giving you all of it. We're just going to give you some of the big scenes that we like.
Yeah, and this is the last part of the show, by the way. I want to keep the spoiler stuff towards the end. That way you can still, pick up
enjoy
into
the show.
And we'll go into that. What I really liked about this movie is just how engaging it was with all the characters. Everyone came together. It was like there was a reason everyone was there. And you were thinking, for instance, the main antagonist, his son dies, and you're thinking, oh God, like what? How it happened at the end? They're like, did you really kill your own son? He's like, he was a jackass. Yeah. Like
he needed to go. The dude who is White Death, I didn't see that coming. I did not see it coming. I didn't see Shannon Tatum popping up. Didn't see it coming. I didn't see Sandra Bullock. Didn't see that coming. I didn't see Zaza Beetz as that character.
Sandra Bullock ain't really been on anything in a while, though, so I could see how she was probably cheap. They probably got her on the low.
Well, no, she was in the last movie with Shannon Tatum, and
yeah,
Shannon Tatum. I don't know. I think they're an item, bro.
They an item. Channing Tatum was in this movie. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think he might be bisexual or something, man. Like every time this dude is in a movie, it's about some suspect stuff. Have you ever seen This Is the End? Have you ever seen This Is the End? Where they had
the door collar on?
Yeah, they're on a truck, guys. At the end of This Is the End, they're on a truck. And he's like, "Why don't you meet my bitch?" And he throws them out there, and it's Channing Tatum on a dog collar. Like,
yeah, he had a whole S&M thing. So in this joint, he looking at Brad Pitt, but he like, yo, man, he look good. We gonna do some. Is this the part where we do the sex stuff? Like, it's crazy. How the snake ties into stuff.
Yeah, that snake. I knew that snake was gonna bite someone. That whole time, I knew that snake.
But I didn't know it was gonna bite Ladybug.
What's funny is like the moment he got bit, I knew he was fine because he already got the. We gotta talk about how he's sitting there and she's like, if you get bit, if you get stung, if you get even a little bit of this, it's gonna kill you. So she drops it and it falls on his foot, and they get there.
It fell on his hand.
So they're sitting there, they have like this awkward stare, and then he's like, "Are you going for it? Are you going for it? Are you going for it?" And she picks it up.
See, he's missed the part. All right, so it fell on his hand, and. So now the poison's in him. He takes the syringe out and stabs in the neck. No, in her shoulder. He stabbed at her shoulder, and he injected all of venom in her. and then he's like, "You got 30 seconds." So he looking at her to reach for the antidote,
so he can know where it's at.
Yeah, yo, he is so fast. He grabs the antidote, puts it in his neck. As soon as she goes to reach for it,
you know what I love is she's sitting there like falling on the ground. He's like, "You don't have a backup?" And then she's not saying nothing. Obviously, he's like, "Man, you gotta come prepared." Like,
he said, "You didn't think this out, did you?"
And then she's sitting there like crawling on the tray. So he's like, "You want some water?" Like,
"Do you need a blanket?" He said, "Do you need me to hold your hand?" Listen, it's so many scenes.
It's a hilarious action adventure movie. It's hilarious.
Yes. It's so cohesive. Tell me you watched it all the way through.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so you saw who was driving the tangerine truck.
Was there like an after cutscene?
Yes, you did
I
see it.
didn't see that. Who was it?
All right, I'm gonna tell you off air.
Oh, okay.
All right, because it's like one of those Marvel end credit type of
So
things.
there's gonna be another one of these.
Hell yeah, it gotta be. Because remember, they showed you Deadpool, but he's the one that took the day off.
Oh yeah. I love
Ryan
that when
Reynolds.
they're sitting there. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds in this movie. Not sure he was only in it for a couple seconds, but
Yeah, 5
what
seconds.
was funny is they sit there and he's like, "What was his name? Chase." Chase. He's like, they hired Chase, and he's like, "I'm not Chase."
He said, "Wait, sir. Wait, sir. You got me wrong. I'm not chasing." He's thinking back to, hell yeah, he had a stomach virus, and I took his day off.
You know what I love?
What type of luck is this?
What type of assassination group has like people you can call in to kill other people because someone's sick?
Yo, how do you get a sick day as an assassin, and then you got a fill-in? This is not Walmart. What the hell is this? It's crazy. All right, so we got Spartan Gold 17 with the £2 super chat. Tatum.
Hey, you know what?
Tatum mad fruity out here.
You know what's funny about that whole scenario too? This dude probably not bisexual or anything, but he's
very comfortable with his skin.
He is very comfortable because I remember 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. He had no problem saying like I remember because Ice Cube was in there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Well, Ice Cube in there, and in 22 Jump Street, they find out that the dude playing what's his name, the heavyset character. Man, I know Jonan something.
No.
It was Channing Tatum's friend. Someone in the chat, his partner. Someone put his name in the chat, and they find out that his partner, because they're infiltrating a college, and his partner is sleeping with Ice Cube's daughter. And he's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, you screwing the boss's wife!" And he's running around the platform they're on, screaming. I can't remember his name. He's like, he's screwing his wife, his daughter. He's like, and then he's sitting there and they're talking. He's like, Ice Cube's like, "Sit down! Don't ever say that again." He's like, has a feel that he screwed your daughter. Like,
you talking about Jonah Hill?
Yeah, Jonah Hill.
Okay, yeah. All right. I vaguely remember it. That's when they was in the briefing room and Ice Cube was sending them to the college. I mean, to the high school.
No, that's 22 Jump Street.
Okay.
21 Jump Street was the high school. See, they couldn't do stuff like that because the Jonah Hill is fooling around for minor in high school.
Yeah. Out of control. But, guys, I'm going to tell you, it gives you feudal Japan with the hierarchy of what's going on with what's the big mob out there in Japan?
Yakuza.
The Yakuza. What's going on with the Yakuza? So you have that aspect going on there, and you have this team of assassins, and you're trying to figure out why they got so many assassins on this one train, and there's variables there. It is so good. The movie is so well written and so well directed, and the acting is phenomenal from everybody. Everybody that did their part, even Bad Bunny did their part. I thought this movie is a must-see, especially dude bro must-see, right? Yeah, you get your wife together, you get your girl together, but if she likes some stuff blowing up, nothing's better than the last scene when that stuff starts to blow up.
I wasn't feeling that part. You talking about where the train
I was feeling
derailed.
all of that stuff. Yeah,
I didn't like it because I felt like up until that point there was a lot of unrealistic stuff, especially Homeboy jumping on the bullet train and somehow not getting thrown off. So I felt like there was stuff, but when the train derailed and no one got seriously hurt, I was like, yeah, this is definitely went way into non-realistic land. Like,
yeah, but I love how they showed you why Ladybug didn't get hurt.
Because he hit the
moo.
You know when you first saw that movie at the start, I knew there was something up about that. There was something up about that
What is going on here?
like he wouldn't the person wouldn't let go of the briefcase. I'm like,
Yeah.
why would anyone that's dressing up like that hold on to it? There's no reason.
And he punched him in the face. Yo, he's like, they will let it go.
Yo, that thing got hit a couple times in that movie.
He said Attic is into chick flicks. Yeah.
I'm into anything that's good. I don't care.
Yeah, he definitely into chick flicks. I mean, he sent me to watch some stuff. So I said, I'm cool. This week, you're gonna find out how much of a B movie fan I am, how much cheesy stuff I do love. So all right, let's get down to the brass tacks of this stuff. What did you give it?
I gotta give it a 4. Like,
yep,
4.
I'm right with you. 4 popcorn, baby.
Yeah,
not a perfect film because it got some unbelievable stuff that happened, but it's a 4 popcorn, baby.
Yeah, I think we both gotta give that 4. That it was so good. Like,
yep.
After about 10 minutes into that, it didn't take long either. Like, I did feel like it was a little slow at start. Remember, I told you after IOP, I was like, I don't know, King. Like, I tried to watch it.
He hit me up. I was like, just keep
and then
watching.
I was like, you know what? let me go ahead and start it. And that night, it was like 3 a.m, and my girl, she's like, don't stay up all night, AJ. And I was like, I won't. And then I started watching that. And I was like, I guess I lied. Like, I went to bed at like 5 because I couldn't stop watching it. Like, I'm so sitting there. That movie like probably shortened my life by a couple minutes because I was eating, watching it at like 3 or 4 in the morning. It was good though. It was really good. I recommend everyone in here to go straight to Netflix.
Watch Bullet Train.
Especially you guys want to go above and beyond, man. This is buyable if you want to support them. Like, that's how good this is. Like, most of the time,
this is what you want to have.
This is the first movie we've reviewed on here that I would say is worth buying if you want a Blu-ray copy or something. It's that good.
It's worth having in your collection. It's something that I would see again. I think Brad Pitt resurgence as a leading man in this new iteration of himself is gold.
And he did
absolute
very
gold.
Good in the comedy section. I got to bring that up again because it's like I said, he's done comedy in the past, but not fluid like this. Like. Yeah. I could see this is his lane now with his, because I think he's gotten to the point where he don't want to maintain that like a buff body anymore. Because you could clearly see he wasn't in shape like he normally is.
No, but I mean he's in older man shape, great shape. Mm-hmm. I mean he's in great shape.
You know what else he did really good job in, where he did that like comedy thing with Fight Club. Like I think like
oh yeah, you talk when he was this guy
But I don't think he was this funny in Fight Club. Like, because Fight Club had more serious tone. This, I'm not even joking, chat. This man did nothing but say funny stuff from the time this movie started to the time it ended. And it was just like, it was like that ditzy comedy where
he did not want to be a killer.
It's not even he wanted to be. He didn't want to be there. He's sitting there. He's like,
he didn't. It's somebody's day off. I mean, it was his day off, and somebody called out sick, and he's in for the other guy.
And you know, it's funny when, so he hides the briefcase full of money somewhere on there, and then they get to this part where there's a door opening because he's trying to get off the bullet train. He's like, look, it's in first class. It's in the trash can. I'm gonna go to ministry or something, reevaluate my life. Peace. And he's like, I'm not letting you leave. He's like, of course you're not. He just sit there and he's like, and you could see him looking at I thought he was going to run like to the right.
I knew what he was doing.
I didn't know he was going to kick him off. I thought he was going to wait till like the last 10 or 15 seconds and like run right to get off the train. You know what I'm saying?
You know why I knew? Because remember, the stop before then, the train, he was going to get off the train, but it wasn't a full minute. Every stop that the bullet train goes to, every station that it hits, it only stays there for 1 minute and it goes. So one stop it went to, it wasn't a full minute. It was like 50 seconds. He was like, oh, that wasn't a full minute. And he was trying to get off at the 50-second mark and just be done with it. But that wasn't to be. Not at all. Not this movie. I even like the henchman at the end questioning the boss's thought process and telling them to open this briefcase.
You know what I like too? They had the minorities opening up the briefcase.
Yes,